Judge Brett Kavanaugh's Supreme Court confirmation hearings kicked off Tuesday morning with a bang. There was so much political drama, you'd think the Democrats were up for an Oscar. So we wanted to honor them with their own awards. To help hand them out is White House Senior Advisor for Strategic Communications, Mercedes Schlapp. All right, Mercedes, we took a look at some of the best performances from the week, and we decided Kamala Harris, senator from California, was going to be given the Rudest Senator Award. Here's just a sampling of why. Roll it.
On the nomination of
Mr. Chairman.
Brett Kavanaugh.
Mr. Chairman.
To serve as Associate Justice.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to be recognized for a question before we proceed.
You're out of order. I'll proceed.
We cannot possibly move forward, Mr. Chairman.
I extend a very warm welcome to Judge Kavanaugh. We have not been given an opportunity
to have a meaningful hearing on this nominee.
Their two daughters.
Have you discussed Mueller or his investigation with anyone at Kasowitz, Benson, and Torres, the law firm founded by Mark Kasowitz, President Trump's personal lawyer? Be sure about your answer, sir. It's a really specific question.
I would like to know the person you're thinking of.
I think you're thinking of someone and you don't want to tell us.
Ooh, I don't know, Mercedes. She interrupts right away before the hearing even begins and then gets snarky with someone who's probably a lot smarter and a lot more savvy. What's with the attitude?
Well, I think we're confusing Senator Kamala Harris with one of the protesters, one of the many protesters that were there during the hearing. And it was amazing to watch how disrespectful she was to Senator Grassley as he was even trying to give a very basic introduction. But there's one thing, Jesse, that you're missing, which is that Senator Harris basically referred to the Constitution to, quote, that book that you are carrying. And she said that to
just
Brett
that
Kavanaugh.
little book.
No kidding. That book, our Constitution.
And so she should know better. I mean, wasn't she a big shot litigator over in San Francisco? And you know what? I don't want to disparage her too much. She's very talented. She comes across as very charismatic. She's obviously a darling of the left. But you know what? She's turning into a little bit of a villain, if you ask me. All right, next up. This is the, I guess, best male performance in a drama. I'm going to give this to Cory Booker. Would you agree? Listen to this.
I appreciate that I'm a bit of a trailblazer, sir. I'm going to push just 2 or 3 more minutes. I sincerely believe that the public deserves to know this nominee's record. In this particular case, his record on issues of race and the law. And I could not understand, and I violated this rule knowingly, why these issues should be withheld from the public. This is about the closest I'll probably ever have in my life to an I am Spartacus moment.
Spartacus, Mercedes.
Did you, Jesse, that looks like a political ad. Are you just going to hand that over to Cory? Come on.
We'll just run that 30 seconds, slap
seriously.
it on the screen.
I mean, obviously he emboldened himself, comparing himself to the gladiator. But quite frankly, we know that those documents were already cleared for release.
Exactly.
The rest of America might have not known that.
And the big document that he released, I guess he tried to make Kavanaugh look racist. Turns out it made Kavanaugh look not racist. So it blew up in his face. All right, the next award, and I think you'd agree with me on this selection since we pored over the video together for many, many hours, Mercedes. This goes to Senator Hirono from Hawaii as the most unprepared. And I have to say, I'm forced to watch this because this is my job. We've seen many hearings with this Senator Hirono. And she constantly is reading from her notes. It's like she has no original thought in her head and always seems confused. Let's just look at some tape.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, it is also...
I think that
Mr. Chairman, it is also not regular order for the majority to require the minority to pre-clear our questions, our documents, and the videos we would like to use at this hearing. That is unprecedented. That is not regular order. Since when?
I mean, I love her. I mean, I think she means well, but just doesn't come across as someone that's just there all the time, if you know what I mean.
I don't know if it was because of the over 12 hours of hearing a day that she lost track of the documents she was reviewing. But I think one of the things that she tried to do was to accuse Judge Kavanaugh of being biased. And quite frankly, when you looked at the documents, it was more about mainstream legal thinking. And obviously, Kavanaugh addressed that issue very eloquently.
All right. Lastly, we're going to play some sound from Blumenthal, who tried to humiliate Kavanaugh. He's a hypocrite. He lied about going to war in Vietnam. Let's just watch this.
Of course, I know Mr. Mueller personally from my prior experience I haven't seen him in a long time, but I knew him when we worked together in the Bush administration. So, but I've had no discussions of the kind that I think you're asking about.
Well, I'm asking about the kind you're thinking about, not myself.
Well, I haven't had any discussions of the kind I'm thinking about either.
So, he lies about going to war and then tries to accuse Kavanaugh of not having integrity. Got it. Mercedes, Thank you so much. It was a great awards, and I'll see you at the after party.
Thank you. Thanks.